Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for Game 3 of the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League Finals. To the Epic Sports My name is Dave Little, and I am coming to you live from the Dave Cave with tonight's contest from Madison Square Garden in New York City between the Milwaukee Bucks and the homestanding New York Knicks. This is Game 3 of the series. The Knicks are down 0-2 after two close losses in Milwaukee. And tonight we will see if Willis Reed and Walt Frazier and the Knicks can come off the mat and make a series out of this one, or if they will just be another stepping stone on the Bucks' pathway to glory. So let us take you to Madison Square Garden for tonight's ball game. And we will introduce the starting lineups, and it is the same starting five for both squads that we have seen throughout the series. For the Bucks, it is Oscar Robertson at the point guard, flanked by John McLaughlin and Bobby Dandridge on the wings. Greg Smith is your power forward, and the league MVP Lou Alcindor, who has been the main man in this series as well, is your starting center for the Bucks. They come into this contest with a glitzy record of 28-2. The only two losses having been suffered in the semifinals of the league against the pesky Atlanta Hawks. But they are 2-0 against New York and looking to extend it to a comfortable 3-0 lead here tonight. For the Knicks, it will be Walt Frazier starting at the point guard. He has been solid throughout this series. Dick Barnett and Bill Bradley have struggled. They are your shooting guard and your small forward. Dave DeBusschere is the man inside. And Willis Reed has had his hands full with Lou Alcindor, but he's still managed to put up some good scoring numbers in this series. But for the Knicks to be successful against this Milwaukee team, they're going to need Barnett and Bradley to step up their games in tonight's contest. So thank you all for checking us out here tonight for Game 3 of the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League Finals. And let's take you to the tip-off. And it is Milwaukee in control, moving from right to left on your computer screen with Oscar Robertson running the show for the Bucks. They dump it inside immediately to Bobby Dandridge. Dandridge on the low post. Has a mismatch in there against Bill Bradley. His short jump shot rattles out. And the rebound will be taken by Barnett for the Knicks. Here come the Knicks. They're going to look to Reed on the baseline as he steps away from the basket, hoping to draw Alcindor away from the hoop. He spins and drives, kicks it back out to Frazier. Frazier's fadeaway jump shot is no good. And the rebound is taken by Greg Smith. Pardon me for just a moment. Forgot to switch over the sound, and we're good to go now. Should be good to go now. Now we're cooking with gas. Milwaukee with the basketball. Both teams come up empty in their first possession of the game. The Bucks are going to look inside to the main man, Lou Alcindor. He kicks it over to Dandridge, and Dandridge can't do anything with it, and that's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. Basketball goes back over to the Knicks. This is somewhat reminiscent of Game 1 of the series, where both teams started off slowly on the offense. Frazier directing traffic. Swings it over to Barnett. Barnett's going to take it to the basket. He gets into the lane. His layup is good. And Dick Barnett has the first 2 points of the basketball game. Give the assist to Dave DeBusschere. And we need Barnett. The Knicks need Barnett to keep that up tonight if they're going to stay in this ball game. Bucks have Smith free on the low post. But he is called for the offensive foul. He got that left arm out and he hooked DeBusschere on the defensive end. And that's a turnover. Ball goes back to New York. Here come the Knicks on offense. Frazier comes off a screen, has room to shoot over Alcindor. Alcindor's late getting over. Can Frazier make him pay? Yes, he does. And it is a 4-0 ball game. Milwaukee's going to come back and dump it right inside to Alcindor. His short jump shot spins out. And the rebound will be captured by Smith on the offensive glass. Smith with the putback attempt. He glides in and lays it home. That makes it a 4-2 ball game. Knicks with the lead and the basketball. They've got DeBusschere working inside down low against Smith. Reed against Alcindor. Frazier's going to swing it around the outside to Bill Bradley on the wing. Bradley from the corner dribbles to his right, sets and fires, and he scores it. Assist to Frazier on the play, and it is a 6-2 ball game. Both Barnett and Bradley connect on their first field goal attempts. Milwaukee looks inside again to Dandridge. They like that matchup with him on the low block, but he cannot connect over Bill Bradley. But he is fouled on the play by Bradley, and that will put Dandridge at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw for Dandridge is up. No good. Off to the right. Dandridge takes a deep breath, gets some encouragement from McLaughlin, tees up his second free throw, and he gets this one to drop. 6-3 ball game now. New York in the lead. Under 10 minutes to play first quarter. New York has the low screen. They've got DeBusschere available on the block against the smaller McLaughlin on the switch. DeBusschere's shot spins around and out. Reed's tip is no good. Dandridge comes out with the rebound for Milwaukee. Back come the Bucks under the leadership of the veteran Oscar Robertson. Robertson over to McLaughlin on the wing. McLaughlin's first shot of the game is up and off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Willis Reed. New York basketball. They dump it inside to DeBusschere. Tough matchup in there against the long arms of Greg Smith. DeBusschere's going to try and back him down, and we've got a whistle and a player shaken up. Dick Barnett is holding that left shoulder, and he's going to go take a look at some time on the bench as the trainers will work on him, and Cassie Russell comes into the game to replace Barnett. Knicks to inbound with 14 on the shot clock. They look out to Bradley on the baseline. Gets knocked away, out of bounds. Last touch by Bradley. Basketball will go to Milwaukee. Here come the Bucks. Alcindor is being forced out from the basket down the baseline by Reed. So instead they swing it the other way over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the jump shot. Again, he's no good. This time it is Cassie Russell on the rebound. And New York will walk it back up with Frazier calling a play. Frazier steps around to pick. Tries to get into the lane against Oscar Robertson. McLaughlin cuts him off. Frazier stops and pops. His jump shot is no good. And Alcindor takes the rebound for Milwaukee. Back come the Bucks. In transition, they immediately look down to Alcindor on the post. Can he beat Reed to the spot? Yes, he can. His shot's no good. But we have got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is going to be charged to Greg Smith, and that's 2 on Smith. So Smith will leave the game to be replaced by McCoy McLemore. McLemore, a versatile player, 6 years out of Drake University. Doesn't quite have the size inside that Greg Smith has. So we'll see if the Knicks can exploit that matchup here early in the first quarter. Cassie Russell steps to the free throw line for one shot. And he hits it. That makes it a 7-3 ball game in favor of New York. Bucks with the basketball. Robertson swings it around again to McLaughlin. Back to Robertson on top. Robertson takes the 15-footer from outside. That's no good. The rebound is kicked around by both teams and out of bounds. Last touch by McLemore, and the ball will go over to New York. Knicks on offense. Cassie Russell has some room to operate on the wing. Frazier swings it to Russell, back to Frazier on top. It's going to be Frazier attacking the basket. He takes it to the rim. His layup is good. Give the assist to Bradley on that play with a nice feed as Frazier went to the back door against Oscar Robertson and got loose for the layup. It's a 9-3 lead now for New York. Milwaukee's going to keep going inside to Lou Alcindor. He is their main man inside there. His short jump shot is no good. McLemore comes off with the offensive rebound, and he passes it back out on top to Robertson for a fresh 24. Robertson directing traffic. Going to try to get it to Alcindor in the lane, closely guarded by Willis Reed. Alcindor turns and takes it with his left hand. It is batted away by Reed, but that's going to be basket interference. And that is the first basket of the game for Lou Alcindor. 9-5 now in favor of New York. Knicks with the lead and the basketball. Working it around the outside. They swing it over to Russell. Russell looks over on the opposite side to Bradley with a skip pass. Bradley's jump shot is off iron, no good. And Alcindor takes the rebound for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's going to look to make something happen in transition. Robertson has it. Give and go with McLaughlin. Robertson's layup is no good. Willis Reed gets back for the rebound for New York. And the Bucks fail to convert in transition. Now Frazier sets the offense. Working again against Robertson. They're going to run that pick and roll again. See if they can get Frazier loose for another inside shot. He puts the floater up and good. Nice play. It was Bradley actually who stepped around the pick and converted that time, and the Knicks have opened up an 11-5 lead. Bucks have yet to lead in this contest, but they're going to keep after it. They dump it inside to Bobby Dandridge. He runs into Russell, and Dandridge is called for the offensive foul. Good work by Cassie Russell. He's drawn a couple of fouls here in the early going. Coming in off the bench and giving the Knicks the spark that they need to establish the lead here in the opening minutes. New York basketball. They've got Reed down low against Alcindor. They dump it down to him. His short jump shot won't go down. Rebound off to the left is taken by Dandridge. And Milwaukee comes back with it. They're going to look to Dandridge on the low block. He gets the feed from Robertson in there. Tries to kick it back out to Robertson, but it's lost out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Ball goes back over to the Knicks. Still holding on to that 6-point lead. And looking to stretch that further with this possession. They go to Bradley. Bradley with the jump shot from the key. Off the rim, no good. Rolls out of bounds. Basketball goes to Milwaukee. Neither team has established much offense. In fact, the Bucks are only 2 for 10 from the field to start this game. Alcindor wants it, but he's forced out to the baseline by Reed. Needs to try and reestablish his position in the post. They get it to Dandridge now, working against DeBusschere on the switch. DeBusschere's got him tightly covered. So he's going to try and dump it down to Alcindor down low. Milwaukee forcing a pass in there. They can't get it to Alcindor. Instead, they go to McLemore, and he misses everything. Ball goes back to the Knicks. Bucks having a very rough time on the offensive end to start this ball game now. 6 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Frazier has it on top. They're going to work it down to DeBusschere inside against the smaller McLemore. DeBusschere has that wide body in the paint. His low post layup is good. And the Knickerbockers have stretched the lead to 8. Finally, they find Alcindor on the low block. His sky hook is good. He came off the screen and had the much smaller Frazier trying to guard him, and there was nothing Walt could do in that situation. And that skyhook is indeed a thing of beauty. Frazier comes back the other way. Gets it out to Barnett on the wing. Barnett is going to look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere gets tied up. He's in trouble. He calls timeout. And the Knicks are going to have to reset the offense and inbound with 9 seconds to go on the shot clock. DeBusschere tries to get it in. He can't find an open man, and that's a turnover. 5-second violation on DeBusschere. And the Bucks will take over the basketball. Still trailing by 6. 13-7, 5:22 to play, first quarter. They've got Robertson with it on top. He tries to get it down inside to Alcindor. Alcindor is fouled on the play by Reed. That foul is called on the floor, so that will be a one-shot opportunity for Lou Alcindor. Alcindor steadies himself, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken by Frazier. And the Knicks bring it back for another shot at the offense. They've got it in low now to DeBusschere. Working against McLemore in the lane. And it's DeBusschere who's called for the illegal contact. And that will be an offensive foul on the Knicks. Basketball goes back over to Milwaukee. Milwaukee looks inside again to Alcindor. Gets a fantastic pass and lays it up and good. Very nicely done by the Big O, setting up the big man inside for the basket. And the lead is now 13-9. Frazier has room to operate. Top of the key, guarded by Alcindor on the switch. The jump shot by Frazier is no good. A little quick with that one. DeBusschere grabs the rebound. DeBusschere tries for the putback. His short jump shot is blocked by Alcindor. Good recovery by Lou Alcindor. He is a rim protector. Reed takes the rebound on the weak side. His jump shot is no good. And Alcindor takes the rebound. New York had 3 cracks at it at that time and could not convert. Robertson in transition slows things up. Sends it into McLemore. McLemore is going to send it back out to the point. They have it in the hands of Dandridge now on the baseline. 12 on the shot clock. Dandridge has Barnett all over him. He swings it back out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin brings it into the lane. He's cut off by Reed. McLaughlin with the short jump shot, no good. Reed made him alter the shot. Alcindor takes the rebound. Alcindor tries for the putback. He's got a good look inside and he buries it. Alcindor now with 8 points. And the Bucks are within 2, 13-11. They get it inside to Reed. Reed working against those long arms of Alcindor. What's he going to do? He goes on under the basket for a reverse layup. That's still blocked by Alcindor. Reed gets his own rebound. Reed on the putback attempt. Lays it up, no good. And the rebound is taken by DeBusschere. DeBusschere tries for the tip in. His shot is swatted away by Alcindor. 3 blocks already for Lou Alcindor here in the opening minutes. And finally, McCoy McLemore comes away with the rebound. More missed opportunities for the Knicks. Both teams now under 34% shooting to start this contest. This is the very same type of defensive struggle we saw in Game 1 of the series. They get it inside to McLemore. Bodied up by DeBusschere. He pushes it back out top to Robertson. Robertson is going to take the fadeaway jumper from outside, and he drills it. First points of the game for Oscar Robertson, and we are tied. 13-13, 3:28 to play here in the first quarter. Bucks now on an 8-0 run after the Knicks established that lead. Knicks are going to go to Bradley. They've been scoreless for over 2.5 minutes. Bradley with the 15-footer from outside is around the rim and out. McLemore catches the rebound, and he's fouled on the play by Bradley. A little frustration there by Bradley. And that is going to be his second. And he is going to have to grab some pine. to be replaced by Phil Jackson. On the loose ball foul, it will be one shot for Oscar Robertson to give the Bucks their first lead of the ball game, and he hits it. 14-13 now in favor of Milwaukee. 3:15 to play in the first quarter. Frazier directing traffic. Pointing down to the low block. Reed's covered by Alcindor. He can't do anything with it. They swing it around to Barnett. Barnett's going to attack the lane. He fakes, he drives, but he loses it out of bounds. Knocked away by McLaughlin. The basketball will stay here with New York with 8 seconds on the shot clock. They get it inside to Reed. Working against the bigger Alcindor. And Reed is called for the offensive foul. He tried that spin move, but Alcindor held his position, and that's a charge. And now Reed has to leave the game with 2 personals. Boy, this game got off to a great start for New York, and they have completely lost the momentum. Reed and Bradley now have both gone to the bench with 2 fouls, and the Knicks haven't scored in 3 minutes, allowing Milwaukee to climb back into this contest and now take a 1-point lead as Oscar Robertson brings the Bucks back. Looking around, working on Frazier. Robertson calls for the pick. He's going to take it to the hole. He comes into the right-hand side of the wing, kicks a bounce pass out to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin puts it home from 17 feet. That's his first basket of the night, and the Bucks are now up by 3, 16-13. Phil Jackson now into the game in the low post, working against McLemore. They dump it down to Jackson inside. Jackson gets all discombobulated, and he's got to call timeout. He appeared to be open for a moment there, but the help side team defense for Milwaukee smothered him. And the Knicks are going to have but 9 seconds to find a better shot. Frazier out high. They're going to try to get it again to Jackson down low. Jackson, with the shot clock winding down, cannot get the shot off. Knicks defense once again rises to the occasion and keeps the Knicks scoreless streak extending. As the Bucks have the basketball now, chance to take a 5-point lead if they can convert here. They get it to Robertson, working against Frazier. Robertson looks to pass. He finds Alcindor down low. Working now against Eddie Mast into the ball game. His bank shot is no good. Dandridge grabs the offensive rebound. Dandridge's putback is nothing but net. 3 for Dandridge now. Knicks have a balanced scoring attack going here in the first quarter. They're led by Alcindor with 8. They've got 4 other guys in the scoring column, and they have opened up now an 18-13 lead by virtue of a 10-0 run. Frazier searching for options. Tries DeBusschere inside. And DeBusschere drops it out of bounds, and that's another turnover. Cazzie Russell back into the game for New York at the small forward position. Let's see if he can give them another spark coming in off the bench. Milwaukee now has the basketball with Jeff Webb into the game. Webb has it on the wing, sends it back to Robertson. Robertson back over to Webb. Webb wants to get Alcindor inside, can't get it down to him. With 3 seconds on the shot clock, he shoves it back out to Robertson. Robertson's going to have to take it himself. His jump shot from the wing is no good. Rebounded by Eddie Mast for the Knicks. The Knicks got their defensive stop. Let's see if they can make something happen here on offense. They try again with Phil Jackson. Pump fakes inside against Dandridge. Hook shot no good. Rebound McLemore. Knicks held scoreless again. The drought continues as it's an 18-13 lead for the Bucks, who have the basketball. They get it outside to McLemore on the baseline. Jackson's late getting over to defend the jumper. McLemore missed it anyways. Webb grabs the rebound and passes it back out on top. Milwaukee with a fresh 24, now down to 13 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Alcindor has it 16 feet away from the basket looking for help. He gets it to Dandridge, back to Alcindor. Alcindor with the hook shot from inside. No, he dumps it off to Dandridge, and Dandridge is wide open by himself. Alcindor drew the double and found Dandridge all by himself under the basket for the assist. And the score is now 20-13 in favor of the Bucks. 16 seconds to play in the quarter. Looks like New York is going to try for the final shot. They get it in the hands of Frazier. Frazier takes it to the basket. Touch pass to Jackson on the baseline. Baseline jump shot no good. McLemore takes the rebound. Can the Bucks get off another shot before the clock expires? They cannot get it off. And as the announcer points out, Milwaukee has ended that quarter on a 15-0 run to go from a 8-point deficit now to a 7-point lead, 20-13. And this is one ugly box score at the end of one quarter. New York manages only 6 for 22 from the field. Frazier 2 for 5, Bradley 2 for 5, Reed 0 for 5, scoreless in the first quarter, and on the bench with 2 fouls. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, as usual, Alcindor was the big guy with 8 points, but he got a lot of help from Dandridge with 5, Oscar Robertson with 3, 2 apiece for McLaughlin and Smith, all 5 starters in the scoring column for Milwaukee. And that is bad news for New York. Let's head back to Madison Square Garden for the second quarter. Welcome to those of you who are checking out tonight's game in the chat room, and for those of you catching this on the replay. Hope you all have an enjoyable Friday night and a fun weekend ahead. Oscar Robertson is going to take a rest to start the quarter. Dick Barnett is back into the game for New York. Phil Jackson moves to the small forward, and Dave Stallworth is in the game for the first time at the power forward. Lucius Allen now running the point for Milwaukee. He swings it around to Gary Freeman in the game, out on the wing. 4 bench guys and Lou Alcindor for Milwaukee. New York has their starting backcourt into the game and 3 backups across the front line. 10 on the shot clock. They get it around to Jeff Webb. Webb is going to have to pull the trigger from the wing as the shot clock runs down. His shot is no good. Rebound is taken by Stallworth. Can this be the unit that gets New York out of this scoring drought? Mast has it inside. Alcindor's all over him. He's going to have to kick it back out on top. They get it back into Mast in the low block. He tries to back down on Alcindor, and he held it for 3 seconds, and that's a violation. Ball goes back to Milwaukee as the futility for the Knicks continues. It's only just the opening moments of the second quarter, but the sense of despondency in the New York crowd is palpable as their team lost the first 2, and they are not showing any signs of life here in Game 3, being scoreless now as the Bucks are on a 15-0 run. Bucks look inside to Freeman. His short jump shot is no good. Rebound is caught by Lucius Allen, and he takes it back out for a fresh 24. Freeman in position again. Again working inside, but Jackson this time picks his pocket. Nice defense by Phil Jackson. And New York has another chance on offense. They've got Stallworth on the baseline. He can't get a good look. He swings it out to Frazier, back down to Mast down low. 5 on the shot clock. Mast being smothered by Alcindor. Tough shot inside is no good. Pulled away by Freeman. Milwaukee in transition. They go right to Alcindor on the pick and roll. He's double teamed and he's forced to call timeout. Good transition defense by New York to deny that opportunity inside. And with 8 seconds on the shot clock, Milwaukee's going to set it up again. Once again, they look inside to Alcindor. And he's got it swiped away by Frazier. Nice defense by Clyde on the outside. Frazier brings it back in, and we've got another shaken up player in the game, Phil Jackson, trailing the play. Gets the attention of the referee, and they look at that elbow on the bench, and they're going to leave Phil Jackson in the game. And as the Knicks set up the offense, they try to get it inside to Jackson. Working against Gary Freeman, his short runner rattles out. It has now been eight minutes since New York has scored. Bucks with an opportunity in transition. But Freeman smartly pulls the ball back out. Gives it to Lucius Allen on top. Allen swings it down to McLemore. McLemore over to Freeman on the low block. Freeman in the lane. His layup is good. And the lead for Milwaukee is now 9. And that makes it now a 17-0 run for the Bucks. Frazier calls his own number this time. Top of the key. Jump shot is no good. McLemore takes the rebound. New York now down to 24% from the field. McLemore and Webb in transition. Slow things down and get it to Allen, top of the key. Bucks in no hurry. They've got everything going their way. Allen tries to set the offense. Looks for the open man. Tries to get it into Alcindor, but his pass is behind Alcindor and out of bounds. New York takes possession. Can anybody score for this Knickerbocker team? Once again, they try Jackson. Jackson out to Barnett. Barnett with the fall-away jump shot, no good. Alcindor with another rebound. Bucks basketball. Allen has it on top. Calls a play. Sends it down inside to McLemore. Covered by Stallworth. The finger roll by McLemore is up and good. And on the play, there's a whistle and a foul against Stallworth. The Bucks lead is now double digits. And McLemore steps to the line for a free throw. He hits that one. And that makes this a 20-0 run for Milwaukee. And with that, I'd like to say good evening to ID Jester. How's it going, my man? Game 3 of the finals. And the Bucks have taken control. They are on a 20-0 run, and it has been over 8 minutes since the Knicks were able to score. But the Knicks finally brought Reed back into the game along with Bradley. Walt Frazier gets his first rest of the contest. And they're going to dump it down inside to Reed, working against Alcindor. Reed with the short shot is blocked again by Alcindor. That is 4 blocks for Alcindor tonight, and that's one of the reasons why New York is shooting only 22% from the field. They can't make anything happen inside. Bradley hit a couple of shots early, but Barnett has been quiet. And now Alcindor goes to the bench for the first time tonight. The backup center, Bob Boozer, is in the game. Craig Smith comes back in at the power forward. And immediately they dump it down into Willis Reed in the paint. He pump fakes over Boozer and gets the shot to go. And you can see the numbers there on the scorecard. 20-0 run for Milwaukee and a 9-minute, 24-second scoring drought for the Knicks. And ID Jester is taking credit for that one. Since I showed up, the Knicks can't get a basket, so they can blame it on me. Now we know. Thank you for the true confession from ID Jester here tonight. The lead is 10 for Milwaukee with the basketball. 8:12 to play, second quarter. They're going to look inside to Greg Smith. Smith with a short jump shot in and out. Tried to get it in over Bradley. On the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Bob Boozer. One shot for Willis Reed on the loose ball foul. Reed looking for his third point of the night, and he gets it. Back come the Bucks, led by Allen. Greg Smith is their only starter currently in the game. Allen works it around to Freeman. Gary Freeman working down low against Bradley. His quick move on the post gets him past Bradley, but he was off balance. The shot's no good. We've got a whistle and a foul on the play, and that's going to go against Reardon. And that will put Gary Freeman on the line for two shots. Gary Freeman, the rookie out of Oregon State, 72% free throw shooter on the NBA season. His first shot on this trip to the line is good. Quickly, Walt Frazier back into the game, along with DeBusschere for the Knicks. Second shot for Freeman is good. And the Bucks are back on top by 11. Frazier sets the offense. Calls his own number. His mid-range jump shot is good, and he is fouled on the play by Boozer. That'll be one shot for Frazier. And he hits that one. He now leads the Knicks with 7 points on the game. And the lead for Milwaukee is 8. Allen looking for an open teammate. Finds Greg Smith on the low block. Smith lays it up off the glass and good. Nice drop step around to DeBusschere. Give the assist to Lucius Allen. Bucks back up on top by 10. New York immediately goes inside to Reed, and Reed nails another one. They've got Alcindor on the bench, and the Knicks need to make up as much of this deficit as they can before the enforcer comes back into the game and starts swatting away shots once again for the Bucks. Milwaukee goes inside to Freeman. They like his matchup against Dick Barnett inside. Freeman backs in, tries to pass it down to Smith down low. Not a good pass. Bounces off the leg of Smith and out of bounds. Came in hot and too low for Smith to handle. Basketball goes to New York. McLaughlin and Dandridge returning to the game for the Bucks. Frazier now has Reardon at the shooting guard. And his other three starters, Bradley, Reed, and DeBusschere, in the game. He wants Reed on the low block. Reed's the hot hand. The ball is batted away by Boozer, actually off his knee. Knicks will keep possession, 11 seconds to shoot. They get it to DeBusschere inside. DeBusschere tries to get around Greg Smith. His 10-foot jump shot is good. And he is fouled on the play by Smith. That's 3 on Greg Smith. And DeBusschere has the chance for a three-point play. Once again, the Milwaukee bench has failed to protect this lead, as DeBusschere hits this one and the lead is down to 5. We saw this same Achilles heel for the Bucks in the Atlanta series, cost them 2 losses. There are only 2 losses of the season thus far. Milwaukee sets up the offense. They've got Allen and McLaughlin in the backcourt. Bobby Dandridge working down low against Bradley. Dandridge in the low post, fakes, gets the short jump shot up and good. And the lead for Milwaukee now is 7 midway through the second quarter. Frazier works it over to Bradley. Bradley has space on the perimeter. He puts up the jump shot, no good. Reed wins the battle for the rebound. Reed goes to the putback from in close, and he gets it to go. 7 points in just over 6 minutes here in the second quarter for Reed. And the Knickerbockers are back into the ball game. Allen tries to get the screen. The Knicks switch on the screen, and McLaughlin can't do anything with it. They work it around to Dandridge inside. He gets it at point-blank range and scores again. Dandridge now with 9 points for Milwaukee to lead all scorers. Impressive second-year man out of Norfolk State University and a very valuable member of this Milwaukee team. New York comes back. They get it inside to DeBusschere. His turnaround shot is in and out, no good. Reed grabs the rebound, tosses it back out. Reed gets it back on the baseline. He's got room to shoot. But his shot is tipped away by Boozer. Nice recovery by Boozer. Lucius Allen takes the rebound. And Milwaukee comes back with another opportunity to extend the lead. They get it on the wing to McLaughlin. It's stolen by Bradley. Here comes Frazier. Frazier and Bradley will run. Frazier dumps it to Bradley. Bradley shoots a layup. No good. Battle for the rebound taken by Dandridge. Nice recovery by Dandridge in transition to deny the layup and come out of there with the rebound for Milwaukee. Bucks lead by 7. Allen on the perimeter. Jump shot from the elbow is good. It's now 35-26 in favor of the Bucks. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Knicks get it on the wing to Bradley. Jump shot from the corner is good. And the Knicks need more of that. They pull within 7. They look for Boozer on the baseline. His corner jump shot is good. And the Bucks once again go back up by 9. Bucks are happy to trade baskets with this second unit out there. While Alcindor and Robertson get refreshed. Alcindor's good for about 32 minutes a game. So he does take a few minutes off in each half to stay fresh. Knicks looking inside to DeBusschere. And we've got a whistle and an illegal screen on Willis Reed. Oh my goodness, a big call against the Knicks. Red Holtzman is not happy about that, as Reed now picks up his 3rd foul, and he is going to have to go back out of the game. He came into the game and scored 7 quick ones for the Knicks to get them back into this game, but now he's back on the bench, probably for the rest of the half. Bucks come back. Robertson is back into the game for Milwaukee to run the point. They have got Dick Cunningham now playing the center position. Alcindor continues to rest. Bucks still enjoying a 9-point lead. Robertson looks to set things up. Dumps it down low to Dandridge. Working on the low block. His 10-foot jump shot rolls around and out. But he is bumped on the play by DeBusschere. And that is another foul against the Knicks and another opportunity at the free throw line. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Dandridge. First shot is up and good. And the Bucks lead is back up to 10. Dandridge hits them both. And with just over 3 minutes to play in the second quarter, the Bucks lead by 11. Stick around for halftime, folks. We'll have a channel update on all the events we have planned for the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network this weekend. We are going to be busy here, and we are also hoping to see some more great sports contests from ID Jester and other friends of the channel. ID Jester's been doing a lot of, wargaming or console gaming, or what is it that you've been doing? I haven't seen a sports broadcast from you for a while, but I've seen you out there doing some other sort of, is that video gaming, or I'm interested to hear more. I'm not a big video game watcher, but I've seen your channel has stayed active, and one day I'll have to check out some of what you're doing. New York with the basketball, 3:18 to play. Frazier has it out on top. He's got room to operate against Cunningham. His fadeaway jump shot won't go, but Cunningham fouled him, and Frazier gets to the line. Frazier hits the first, and the lead is back to 10. Second shot for Frazier is good. Frazier now has 9 points to lead the Knicks. They have it on top with Robertson. Working against Frazier. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Robertson dumps it down to Dandridge inside. Dandridge had a very nice first half, and he drains another one, and that's 13 points for Bobby Dandridge. Give the assist to Robertson. And once again, the lead is up to 11. Barnett now on the outside. Looking to drive. Steps around McLaughlin. Tries to get it to Frazier. It's taken away by Dandridge. Nice defense by Dandridge on that play to earn another possession for Milwaukee. They pass it around. They got it inside to Boozer. Boozer couldn't get anything done against DeBusschere. He's forced to kick it out to Dandridge from the outside. Dandridge is going to have to throw one up as the shot clock expires, and he can't get it off. Into the game now for the first time for New York is Greg Fillmore. He is essentially the third string center, rookie out of Cheney University of Pennsylvania. I wonder if anybody other than Greg Fillmore has ever heard of that place. Knicks with the basketball. Frazier to set things up. Dumps it down inside to Fillmore. Fillmore in the paint. His short jump shot's good. The Knicks back within 9. Under 2 minutes to play now, first half. Robertson works on the switch against DeBusschere. Comes off the screen. Swings it around outside to McLaughlin. McLaughlin from the wing is going to pull the trigger. But he has it stripped away by DeBusschere. And the Knicks take possession. They dump it inside to DeBusschere. He's got Bob Boozer all over him. 15 on the shot clock. They get it down to Fillmore on the baseline. Fillmore's going to look back inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere with the layup. He missed it. But he's fouled on the play by McLaughlin, and that will be a two-shot opportunity for Dave DeBusschere. DeBusschere, about a 70% free throw shooter, hits the first. That is 6 points for DeBusschere in this game, and the lead is down to 8. And DeBusschere misses the second. Rebound is taken by Dick Barnett. He snuck in there and stole one on the offensive glass. And that gets New York a fresh 24-second shot clock. They reset the offense. They dump it inside to Fillmore. Fillmore's going to try again from the low post. His layup is good. He's 2 for 2. And the Knicks are back within 6 as we enter the final minute of play here in the second quarter. Robertson has it on top. Frazier's all over him. He gets it to Dandridge on the wing. 12 on the shot clock. Dandridge doesn't have any place to go. He's going to have to shoot the jumper from the wing. Can't get it off. And with 36 seconds to play, the Knicks have a chance to cut the lead to 4. Frazier has it on top. He's going to attack the glass. He makes his move. His finger roll is up and good. And it is a 41-37 game now. Knicks showing some resiliency after that 20-0 run. They have come back from a 12-point deficit to pull within 4. Bucks have the ball, plenty of time for the final shot of the period. They get it to McLemore inside. McLemore's layup at the buzzer is good. Nicely set up by Dandridge. The defense collapsed on Dandridge with the game clock running down, and he was able to find McLemore open on the post for the easy jump shot. And now as we call up the box score, let's visit with ID Jester again in the chat room now that halftime has rolled around. ID Jester's been doing some video gaming, was getting burned out on sports gaming, so just taking some time away and playing fighting games on his channel. And I'm glad you're enjoying that, because that's what it's all about. If you're burned out on sports gaming and you have another another avenue to enjoy your channel, then more power to you. As I mentioned, I'm not a video gamer to speak of. In fact, my motto is I don't do anything that requires eye-hand coordination. I wasted too many quarters losing too many games of Galaxian as a kid to, once Stratomatic came into my life, that was the end of my video gaming aspirations. Okay, taking a look at the halftime box score. It is a 43-37 Milwaukee lead. New York actually came on in the second quarter late and managed to outscore Milwaukee for the period, but it was that 9-minute scoring drought, which began late in the first and extended into the beginning of the second quarter, that got New York into this hole. And they're still trying to dig their way out. They did do some damage against Milwaukee's bench to make this game close. Dandridge is the leading scorer in the game with 13 points for Milwaukee on 5 of 6 shooting. Alcindor had 8 points early and rested most of the second period. 15 and a half minutes of total court time, and that's about what Alcindor has been averaging. 32 minutes a game is about what he has had to play. McCoy-McLemore with 7 rebounds to lead Milwaukee as he came into the off the bench to replace Greg Smith, who was in foul trouble. And McLemore earned his salary in that first half. For New York, Walt Frazier has carried the load with 11 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. But overall, the 37.5% field goal percentage is just not going to get it done, especially with the Bucks shooting 53% from the field. So it's still an uphill climb for New York. This could have been a lot worse, but trailing by 6, they've got some work to do here in the second half of Game 3, because if they go down 3-0, Milwaukee will have the opportunity to close this out. As I mentioned, there will be some channel updates. We are going to play Game 4 on Sunday. I usually have been playing one game a week of NBA, but as we go to the finals, I certainly don't want the finals to last a month or 7 weeks. So we're going to play Fridays and Sundays. Tomorrow on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:05 Central, it will be Heartland Championship Wrestling with 3 exciting matches coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. Our first match will be for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship, as the current champions, known as the World's Greatest Tag Team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, will defend against the Addiction, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. That should be a closely fought, action-packed match. In our second match, it will be a special challenge match, as Dusty Rhodes has stepped up to challenge Ric Flair. Flair, as you know, several weeks ago just tore up the knee of Magnum TA in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And Magnum has been put out of action for as much as 6 months before we see him back in the squared circle. And Dusty Rhodes has taken up the indignation of the locker room and challenged the Nature Boy to a special challenge match tomorrow night. With the special challenge match, that will be a standard wrestling match. It will take place in the ring. Disqualification rules will be in effect. But that's what the contracts have called for. And we'll see how that situation escalates, as you've got 2 very volatile personalities, Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, squaring off tomorrow in Nashville. And in the main event, it will be the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The champion is the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And he faces a tough challenge indeed, as Nick Bockwinkel has risen to the #1 contender slot. And it will be Bockwinkel and his cerebral submission game against the high-flying, maniacal actions of the Macho Man in tomorrow's main event. That should be a good one. 3 good matches teed up for Heartland Championship Wrestling tomorrow evening here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And now we will head back to Madison Square Garden for the second half of tonight's Game 3 in the Epic Basketball League 1970-71 Finals. Oh, yeah! Snap into a Slim Jim! Yeah! Heidi Jester loving the Slim Jim guy. And here we go. Third quarter is underway. New York controls the tip. And they've got it on top with Frazier. Looking to set things up. Good evening, Tribe fan, and welcome to the chat. It certainly is an exciting season for the Tribe as they're coming down with the possibilities of getting into the playoffs. More than I can say for my beloved Cincinnati Reds, but if the Reds are not getting it done, I'm perfectly happy to see the Indians succeed. And Clinton Parks is in the chat room. Good evening, old timer. Got all kinds of luminaries filling up the house here tonight. Bucks look inside. Collapsing defense around DeBusschere. Frazier's going to dump it in down low to DeBusschere on the block. He kicks it out to Reed. Reed with the baseline jump shot, no good. Rebound is taken by Bradley, and he passes it back out on top to Frazier to reset the offense. Frazier now gets inside to Reed. Reed steps back, shoots again from the baseline over the outstretched arms of Alcindor. Again, no good off the back iron. Out of bounds, basketball to Milwaukee. Alcindor back in the game and looking fresh. Wants it on the low block. Reed's denying that pass, so they look inside to Dandridge. Leading scorer of the game. Backs it on Bradley, gets a good look inside, switches to the left hand and puts it home. That is 15 now for Dandridge, and the Bucks go on top by 8. New York looks inside to Reed. Short jump shot over Alcindor on the block. He gets that one to go. Give the assist to Frazier. That's 9 for Willis Reed, and the Knicks are back within 6. For those of you who just joined us, this is Game 3 of the Epic Basketball League Finals. Milwaukee is up 2-0, and they're ahead in this game by virtue of a 20-0 run late in the first, overlapping into the second quarter, as the Knicks went over 9 minutes without a basket. And they trail now by 6, but this could be a lot worse. Willis Reed came into the game in the second quarter and gave the Knicks a boost to pull them back into within striking distance. But they've still got a hill to climb if they're going to win tonight's game and hopefully get back into this series before Game 4 in Madison Square Garden on Sunday. Milwaukee on the offense. They swing it around to McLaughlin. Has room to operate against Barnett. Gets a sensational pass from Robertson and drills the jump shot from 15. That's 5 assists now for Oscar Robertson. Bucks back up by 8. Frazier now has it on top. Gets it down to Reed, working the baseline. Charity stripe extended. Reed drives into the lane. His shot is no good. Alcindor made him alter it. Greg Smith with the rebound for Milwaukee. They slow it down and get it to Robertson on top. Robertson swings it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's going to try again from outside. This time he tries to take it to the hole. Barnett was in position, and that's a charge. Not a good decision there by McLaughlin, as he had room to take the jump shot, but he wanted to attack the lane, and Barnett was ready for him. New York swings it back around to Bradley. Baseline jump shot. He takes it down the lane, gets into the lane. His pull-up jump shot is no good, and Greg Smith takes another rebound for Milwaukee. Milwaukee coming back quickly. They set it up to Alcindor inside on the alley-oop from Dandridge, and he buries it. Alcindor with the basket from Dandridge, and he is in double digits. They look inside to DeBusschere. Working against Greg Smith. Quick move to the basket. Shoots and gets it to go. Nice little reverse layup there by DeBusschere. Got Smith off balance and took advantage. And the lead is back to 8. Milwaukee wants Alcindor. Robertson gets it to him. Alcindor from 10 buries another one. And that combination of Alcindor and Robertson delivers again, and the Bucks go back up by 10. Dick Barnett has it outside. He's going to put it on the floor. Floats into the basket. Little floater from the lane is good. Four points now for Barnett. Lead is back to 8. Robertson brings the Bucks back. Dumps it inside to Dandridge on the low block. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. But Frazier got him with the body, and that'll be 2 shots for Bobby Dandridge. Remember the great sports. Long time no see. Good to have you here tonight. Dave Garner, welcome to the chat room. Business is picking up here in the second half as the Bucks are trying to extend to a 3-0 lead in this final series of the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League. Here's Dandridge at the free throw line. First shot is off iron, no good. Second shot for Dandridge. He sets himself, wipes the sweat on his shorts, misses again. DeBusschere comes away with the rebound. Knicks have the basketball now, trailing by 8. They get it down inside to Reed. Reed with a tough assignment on Alcindor, but he gets the turnaround jump shot to go. And that's 11 for Reed to go with 7 rebounds. Lead is down to 6. Robertson directing traffic. Swings it around on the post to McLaughlin. From the perimeter, shot no good. Rebounded by Dandridge. Dandridge on the putback. Has a good look inside, nothing but net. The big night for Dandridge continues, as he now has 17 to lead all scorers. Bucks back up by 8. 8:37 to play in the third quarter. Frazier now takes it to the hole against Robertson. Gets around him on the crossover. Dishes it off to Bradley outside, and Bradley buries the jump shot, and Alcindor got him on the arm. Alcindor not very happy with that call, but his opinion doesn't matter as Bradley steps to the free throw line, attempting to complete the three-point play. And Bradley connects on the free throw, and that cuts the lead to 5. Knicks are keeping it close. Robertson brings back the Bucks. Directing traffic. He's going to pull the trigger himself this time. His jump shot from 17 feet is around the rim, no good. Frazier grabs the rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that's going to go against Dandridge. This will be a one-shot opportunity for Frazier. He connects on that, and that cuts the lead to 53-49. Bucks with the basketball, leading by 4. They go down low to Alcindor, creating some space. Ball fakes, powers to the hoop, shoots it up and good. Alcindor has so many moves, so many weapons down there on the low block. He is a sensational second-year player out of UCLA, and he is the league MVP, and on that play he showed you exactly why. Knicks come back, trailing by 6. They go outside on the wing again to Bradley. Bradley takes it into the basket. His layup rolls around and off, and Oscar Robertson grabs his first rebound of the game for Milwaukee. Back come the Bucks. They dump it inside to Dandridge. Dandridge kicks it out to Robertson, and Robertson commits the charge. Charging foul on Robertson. That is his first foul of the game, but that gives the Knicks another opportunity to get back into this game. Well defended by Walt Frazier on that play. He is a defensive wizard, and he showed his mettle on that play. New York sets the offense. Frazier on the perimeter. Rises up from 15, comes off the pick from Barnett, and buries the jump shot. Knicks within 4. Milwaukee looks inside to Alcindor. Gets it from Robertson. Robertson dumps it off. Alcindor with the short jump shot, and that is just too easy. A wonderful pass by Robertson to set that one up. Bucks go back on top by 6. Knicks keeping it close. They get it to Bradley. Bradley doing some damage here in the third, and he nails another one. That's 11 points for Bradley, and he's fouled on the play by Dandridge. Another three-point play opportunity for Bill Bradley. Bradley sets himself and connects on the free throw. And the Knicks are now within 4. Milwaukee sets things up. They get it to McLaughlin outside. McLaughlin pulls the trigger. He cannot get the shot off. He's forced to call timeout. And with 9 seconds on the shot clock, Milwaukee will reset. And it will be Greg Smith to inbound. Smith dumps it inside to Dandridge. Dandridge in the paint, defended by Bradley. Short jump shot's good. And he's fouled on the play by Bradley. Bobby Dandridge on the low block is unstoppable. There is just nothing Bill Bradley can do about it. He's got the size, he's got the moves. He misses the free throw, and Dave DeBusschere takes the rebound. Knicks with the basketball now, still trailing by 5. They get it to DeBusschere down low. DeBusschere works inside against Greg Smith. We've got an injured player on the game, on the play, and that's Bill Bradley, holding that finger on his left hand. Luckily, that's not his shooting hand. He's going to shake it off and remain in the game. And they need his offense. They set things up for Bradley. Bradley swings it over to Barnett. With 5 on the shot clock, Barnett's going to venture into the lane. Ball gets away from him out of bounds, and that's a turnover. And we are now under the 6-minute mark to play, midway through the third quarter. Bucks still holding a 5-point lead. New York keeping it close. New York looks inside again to Dandridge. Dandridge gets the pass from McLaughlin. Posts it up. Short jump shot is good. 21 points now for Bobby Dandridge. He is on fire. Bucks now lead by 7. They look outside to Bradley. Bradley kicks it out to Frazier. Frazier puts it on the floor. Weaves into the lane. And his layup is blocked. Tipped away by Alcindor. 5 blocks now and 6 rebounds for Lou Alcindor as he denied Frazier on that play. They come back to Dandridge. He is their hot hand. He gets it to Smith in the paint. Bad pass. Through the legs of Smith and picked up by Bradley. Knicks dodged a bullet that time. Trailing by 7. They have Barnett working against McLaughlin. Barnett gets into the paint. Ball is knocked away and stolen by McLaughlin. Robertson sets up the offense. Under 5 minutes to play now in the third. Robertson bounce pass over to McLaughlin. And McLaughlin tries to take it into the lane, and he is called for another offensive foul. That's 2 charges called against McLaughlin here in the third quarter. And Milwaukee coach Larry Costello is not at all happy about that. He wants McLaughlin to work those perimeter jump shots. He's a sharpshooter. He's got no business trying to get in amongst the tall trees. New York with the basketball, Barnett. Barnett looks inside to DeBusschere, who's open on the block. Smith comes over on the defense, forces DeBusschere to alter the shot. The layup is no good. Bradley takes the offensive rebound, swings it back out for a fresh 24. Frazier now on top, directing traffic. Gets it down inside to Reed on the low block. Reed works against Alcindor. Gets it inside. The short jump shot's no good. Battle for the rebound is won by Smith, and Smith comes out with it for Milwaukee. Bucks with the ball in a 7-point lead. They look again down low to Dandridge. Dandridge this time is double teamed, and he's forced to call timeout. They need more of those double teams collapsing on Dandridge to to stop him, as he has just torn it up for Milwaukee here tonight. Milwaukee with the basketball now, 12 on the shot clock. They look inside to Alcindor. He gets the pass from McLaughlin and he buries the skyhook. And it has been the Dandridge and Alcindor show here tonight. 21 for Dandridge, 18 for Alcindor. And the Bucks have the lead now by 9. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Here's Willis Reed. Takes it inside. Gets the mismatch against McLaughlin in the low post. His short jump shot's good. And the Knicks are keeping it close. Another 3-minute scoring drought for the Knicks. And they can't afford to let that happen against this Milwaukee juggernaut. Dandridge, jump hook inside, is tipped by Reed, and it went in, and he's fouled in the act by DeBusschere. Everything that could possibly have gone wrong for the Knicks on that play went wrong. Reed got a finger on it, and it still went through. And on top of that, DeBusschere commits the foul. And if Dandridge can make this free throw, the lead will be back up to 10. Only 3 of 7 from the free throw today. He gets that one to go. He's now 4 of 8, 24 points. And the Bucks are back up on top by 10. New York looks inside to Reed. Help us, Willis. You're our only hope. But Reed on that play shuffled the feet, and that's a turnover. Bucks lead by 10. Trying to extend it once again. They've got McLaughlin open for the perimeter jump shot. This time he takes the shot from the perimeter and he buries it. Probably saved his job with that shot. And the Bucks are now back up by 12. Another dry spell for New York, and that hurts every time. Frazier now takes it into the lane, draws a whistle as he's knocked down and fouled by Alcindor. Just a one-shot foul as that is called on the floor. Neither team is in the penalty. Frazier steps for one free throw and connects. 15 for Frazier to lead the Knicks to go with 6 assists. The lead for the Bucks is 11. 68-57. Under 3 minutes to play now in the third. They get it inside to Dandridge. Dandridge kicks it out to McLemore on the baseline. McLemore has space for a shot. His fall-away jumper is no good. Rebound is taken by Phil Jackson. New York comes back and they get it in down low to DeBusschere. DeBusschere's one-hand runner is around the rim and good. Knicks back within 9. Bucks with the lead in the basketball. They look inside to Alcindor. He buries another one. That's 20 for Lou Alcindor. And the lead is back to double digits for Milwaukee. 2 minutes to play now in the third. Knicks look inside again to DeBusschere. Cut off by McLemore inside. They kick it out to Barnett. Barnett dumps it back down into DeBusschere, and DeBusschere's hacked on the play by Webb. That's 5 team fouls on the Bucks, so that will be 2 shots for DeBusschere on the bonus. DeBusschere hits the first. And the second shot for DeBusschere is good. The lead is back to 9 now, under 2 minutes to play in the third. Robertson sets things up. Clears out the perimeter. Dumps it down inside to Alcindor with space to operate. Alcindor works against Reed in the low block. His shot from in close is no good. Well defended by Reed. Rebounded by Frazier. Knicks basketball. They bring it back with Barnett. Barnett on the attack. Drives into the lane. Shoots the layup, and it's no good off iron. Tipped away by Freeman. Rebound for Oscar Robertson. Milwaukee basketball. Quickly in transition, they find Alcindor. Little kiss from inside is good. Robertson picks up his 8th assist of the game. New York looks inside to Jackson, trailing by 11. And it's stolen away by Robertson. Very little contribution tonight by Phil Jackson. He has given the Knicks some spark in some games, but has not stepped up his game here tonight. Robertson has the ball in transition. He's going to slowly pull it back as we've entered the final minute of play in the third. The Bucks holding a comfortable lead. They pass it around the perimeter. They get it to Webb on the wing. With 11 on the shot clock, Webb throws it back out to Robertson. Back to Webb. Inside to McLemore. McLemore with the layup. And it's tipped away by Frazier. Rebounded by Webb. He passes it back out. Now 6 on the shot clock. Robertson's going to take it to the hole. He gets into the lane. Jackson cuts him off. Robertson misses the short jump shot. And this time the rebound is taken by DeBusschere. 30 seconds to play now in the third. New York trying to make something happen offensively. DeBusschere's got Alcindor all over him on the low block. Kicks it out to Barnett. Barnett has to force one up from the perimeter as the shot clock runs out, and he double dribbled with it. He couldn't decide to wipe his watch or wind his bottom, and he traveled with it. Milwaukee with the basketball, 9 seconds to play. They're going to hold for the final shot of the period. They get it to Webb, to Allen on the perimeter. Allen with the jump shot, top of the key, it's good. So we head to the fourth quarter with Milwaukee ahead by 13. Milwaukee extended their lead, scoring 29 points in the third quarter. Very nice third quarter performance by the Bucks, led by Alcindor with 14, Dandridge with 11 in that period. 3 players scored 6 points apiece for New York. But overall, the story of the game is the shooting percentages. Milwaukee is at a stellar, 60%. New York still barely over 40% for the game. And that's the difference in the ball game. Rebounds are slightly in favor of Milwaukee. Assists slightly in favor of Milwaukee. New York's forced a few more turnovers. Foul totals are about even, but the one number that matters most is the points. And right now it is Milwaukee leading by 11. And New York has a big hill to climb here in the fourth quarter if they want to avoid going down 3-0 in this series. Hope you all are enjoying the game in the chat room tonight. ID Jester says, hit that like button. Thank you so much for that, ID Jester. Clinton Parks points out the block shots are making the difference. That's a good observation. Milwaukee with 7 block shots, and I think Alcindor's got at least 5 of those. Milwaukee sets up the offense. They've got their second unit in the game with the exception of Greg Smith. New York comes back with Frazier and 4 bench guys for the Knicks. So we'll see if the Knicks can do some damage against the Milwaukee second unit. Milwaukee looks inside to Freeman in the low post. His short jump shot is good. And that is 6 points off the bench for Gary Freeman. Lead is now up to 15 for the Bucks. That's their biggest of the game. Knicks with the basketball. Frazier on the drive. Comes off the pick from Jackson. Short jump shot by Frazier is no good. Off the side of the rim, but he is fouled on the play as Boozer got him with the body. That is the first team foul of the quarter for Milwaukee, and perhaps the Knicks can do some damage here at the free throw line and maybe get into the bonus quickly and take advantage of points at the charity stripe, because they're certainly not getting them from the field. Frazier hits both free throws to cut the lead back to 13 as Lucius Allen brings the Bucks back on offense. He's going to look inside again to Freeman. Freeman scored on the first possession. He takes it in again. This time Allen takes it into the lane. His short jump shot's no good. Smith comes down with the offensive rebound. Smith tries the putback. His short jump shot is swatted away by Eddie Mast. Get that shot out of here, says Big Eddie. Walt Frazier takes the rebound. New York has the basketball. Mike Reardon now at the shooting guard position. Comes into the game, looks for Jackson on the low block. And this time Jackson is fouled by Greg Smith. And that's going to be one shot for New York. We'll see what Jackson can do here. He's a 71% free throw shooter on the regular season. And he connects on this one for his first point of the game. That's got to be a disappointment to Red Holtzman because they could have used more of a contribution from Phil Jackson throughout the first three quarters of this game. But with that free throw, the lead is cut to 12. Milwaukee with the basketball, they dump it inside to Greg Smith. Smith gets the pass from Boozer. Inside, covered by Jackson. Pump fake. Shot is up, no good. But Jackson got him on the arm. And that is going to be a two-shot foul for Greg Smith. Smith now steps to the line. And he connects on the first. Smith, a third-year man out of Western Kentucky University. Very steady player, solid rebounder. Second free throw is no good by Smith. Phil Jackson takes the rebound. And the Knicks have the ball. They continue to trail by 13. Frazier, directing traffic, gets the pass from Russell. Frazier's going to go on the attack. He weaves into the lane. Stops and pops. Tries to get it to Russell outside. And Russell travels with it. Another turnover for the Knicks. And another wasted possession. Time keeps ticking away. Just over 10 minutes to play in the fourth. Every minute that the Milwaukee bench holds this lead is better and better for the Bucks' chances. Allen gets it to Webb. Webb dumps it down inside to Smith. Smith with the short jump shot, no good. Frazier takes the rebound. Knicks have the opportunity in transition. Frazier's going to push the numbers. He dumps it off to Reardon. Reardon misses the layup. Rebound is taken by Frazier. And Frazier's going to pull it back out. And the Knicks will reset. They get it outside to Reardon. Guarded by Webb. Reardon with a deep jump shot. Way short and out of bounds. Bucks basketball. So the Bucks second unit is doing a good job defensively here. Maintaining this lead. 2.5 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. As Lucius Allen looks inside again to Freeman. Freeman with the runner with the right hand, and he drains it. That's 8 points off the bench for Gary Freeman. Bucks back up on top by 15. Under 9.5 to play. They look outside to Russell. Russell's going to pull the trigger from the baseline. His jump shot is no good. And that rebound bounces out of bounds. Last touch by Phil Jackson. Milwaukee basketball. Bucks with Allen directing traffic. Dumps it inside to Boozer. Boozer working on the low block. Backing in on Jackson. His turnaround jump shot is around the rim and out. And the rebound is taken by Cazzie Russell. Frazier sends it back over to Russell on the perimeter. Another baseline try for Russell. He slides in on the baseline. His short jump shot is blocked. Boozer got him. Phil Jackson gets the offensive rebound. Jackson tries for the putback. It's around the rim and falls off. Russell climbs the ladder and keeps it alive, and he passes it back out to Walt Frazier on top. Frazier dumps it inside to Mast. Mast posting up on Allen with the mismatch, and Mast gets that one to go. It took them 3 cracks at it, but they got the basket and pulled back to within 13. Milwaukee looks inside again to Freeman. Short jumper from inside won't go down. Tipped by Smith, no good. Rebound Eddie Mast. Here come the Knicks. Knicks look again to Russell on the perimeter. Fall away baseline jump shot is no good. And the rebound is taken by Freeman. Maybe a little quick on the shot that time for New York. Allen brings the ball up slowly into the front court. Looking inside to Smith. Smith gets loose as he fell off of the pick, guarded by Frazier. But Russell comes over and helps him out with the block shot. Rebound Phil Jackson. Now 7.5 to play in the game. Knicks still trail by 13 as Frazier brings it up. Directing traffic. Frazier's going to attack the glass. Gets into the lane. Knocked away and stolen by Lucius Allen. The second team defense for the Bucks continues to get the job done. Holding the Knicks scoreless once again as Jeff Webb brings it into the front court. Webb looks inside to Greg Smith. Smith with the short jump shot, no good. Rebound taken by Smith, gets his own miss. Can he get the putback? Rolls around the hoop and good. Greg Smith able to clean up his own mess on that play. And the lead once again is 15. As the mood in Madison Square Garden continues to grow somber. Cazzie Russell from the small forward position. Drives to the hoop. Dumps it off to Frazier. Frazier tries to get it inside to Eddie Mast. He threw it away. And that's another turnover. New York comes in with a fresh five. Mike Price into the game at the point for the first time. The other four starters are in the game. Barnett, Bradley, DeBusschere, and Reed. As the Knicks prepare to make their last stand. 6.5 minutes to play. New York trails by 15. Lucius Allen dribbling the basketball out on top. Looking around to set something up. Finds McLaughlin on the perimeter. McLaughlin drives, and he's called for another offensive foul. That is the third offensive foul on McLaughlin in this game. And once again, Coach Larry Costello has given McLaughlin a piece of his mind. Can the Knicks get the offense going? Price dumps it down inside to Reed. Reed works against Bob Boozer. Lays it up softly and good. 15 now for Reed. Lead is back to 13. Midway point, fourth quarter. Lucius Allen looks for the pass. Finds Dandridge on the baseline. Dandridge has to put one up as the shot clock expires. The jump shot is good. How about that? 10 straight field goals for Dandridge. Most of those have come inside, but this time he was forced to step away from the basket, and he buried it. And that is 26 points for Bobby Dandridge to lead all scorers. Price has it on top. Drives to the hoop. Comes off the pick from DeBusschere. Gets the bounce pass to DeBusschere, and DeBusschere drains the short jump shot. Nice little two-man game for Price and DeBusschere. And the Knicks score again, but they still trail by 13, and they're going to need a lot of stops here down the stretch. Allen taking his time. Swings it to McLaughlin. Back to Allen. They find Dandridge again on the baseline. Shot clock running out. Jump shot by Dandridge. This time is no good. Shot clock expires and the ball goes over to New York. And into the game for the Bucks comes Oscar Robertson and Lou Alcindor. 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Bucks holding that 13-point lead with the starting five back on the court for Milwaukee with the exception of McLemore into the game for Greg Smith. Knicks will run the offense through Frazier. Frazier looks inside to Willis Reed. Reed in the lane, posting up against Robertson. Short jump shot is good. Nice little inside screen to get Reed loose for that one. Bucks come back to Alcindor. He is their clutch time player. Gets the ball on the low block. Short jump shot is good. Alcindor is money in the fourth quarter. Lead is back to 13. Bucks content to trade baskets. New York not getting the defensive stops that they need. Cazzie Russell with the basketball. Defense is sagging. Russell's forced to take the jump shot. He nails it. But the Bucks still lead 85-74, just over 4 minutes to play in the game. McLemore gets loose on the inside. He unloads from point-blank range, and he buries it. 13-point lead again for Milwaukee. What will the Knicks do? They've got Reardon on the outside. Swings it back out on top to Frazier. Frazier drives to the basket. Lays it up and good. 19 for Frazier to lead the Knicks. But New York has to get some stops. And they need them now. Alcindor gets it on the block against Willis Reed. And away from the ball, we've got an illegal pick. That's called on McLemore, and that explains why Alcindor was so wide open down low. Knicks now with the basketball, trailing by 11. They can cut it to single digits on this possession. Barnett's going to attack the basket. What can he do? Gets the ball to Frazier outside. Frazier with the jump shot, around and out, no good. The loose ball is rebounded by DeBusschere, but on the play we have a loose ball foul called against Frazier. And that'll be one shot for Lou Alcindor. Alcindor with 24 on the game, make it 25 as he buries the free throw. And the Bucks go up on top by 12. 3:20 to play. Milwaukee content to bleed some clock. Pressure defense. They get it inside to Reed. Reed with the turnaround jumper over Robertson on the mismatch. He hits that one, and the lead is down to 10. The lead's down to 10, but the clock is down under 3 minutes to play. Robertson calls his own number, powers to the basket, lays it off the glass and good. That's only 5 points for Robertson, but he has been a very effective manager of this offense with 8 assists here tonight. New York needs to make something happen. They dump it inside to Dave Stallworth down low. Stallworth can score, but he's got it swatted away and stolen by Alcindor. Milwaukee regains possession now, leading by 12, under 2.5 to play. They dump it inside to Alcindor in the paint. His short jump shot is stuffed away by Reed. Bounces out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep possession with 13 on the shot clock, still leading by 12. As the time for this game is just slipping away. And I don't think New York has the time nor the firepower to get back into this one. Oscar Robertson with 3 on the shot clock has to take the outside jump shot. It's no good. Bounces out of bounds. Basketball to New York. Al, Red Sox fan, good to see you, my man. How you been feeling? I know you were fighting a cold earlier this week. Haven't seen much of you on the channel. We miss you, man, and we're glad to see you back here tonight for the closing moments of the Game 3 of the finals of the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League. Milwaukee leads the series 2-0. They lead the ball game here tonight by 12 with just over 2 minutes to play. And it doesn't look like the Knicks have it in them to recover from this deficit, although Frazier is not going to give up trying. They try to set the offense. They get it to Stallworth down low. Stallworth is going to take the shot from inside. He buries it. That's the first basket of the game for Stallworth. That cuts the lead back to 10. But with under 2 minutes to play now, the fat lady is loosening up the pipes. 6 on the shot clock. They go out top to Robertson. Robertson's going to take the jump shot from the foul line extended. It's no good. Stallworth on the rebound. Knicks working quickly. Frazier on the perimeter, tipped away out of bounds. New York will keep possession. They go inside to DeBusschere. Down low against Dandridge. Looks for the quick shot. Short jump shot is blocked away by Alcindor, and that is 6 blocks for Big Lou. Barnett grabs the offensive rebound. 1 second to go on the shot clock. He's got to throw one up. But it's stolen away by McLaughlin. Robertson takes it slowly into the front court as the game is entering its final minute. Milwaukee content to burn some clock. Minute 5 to play. Robertson calls a play. Calls his own number from the outside. His jump shot is no good. But Frazier got him with the body, and Robertson will go to the free throw line. Robertson to shoot 2. 85% free throw shooter on the NBA season. He hits the first, and the lead is 11. Second shot for Robertson is good. And with a minute to play now in the game, the Bucks lead by a score of 92-80. Scoring droughts for New York were the story of this game. Frazier looks to pass to Stallworth inside. Stallworth operating on the low block. Scoop shot is up and good. And the foul on the play is whistled on Dandridge. Stallworth will have the opportunity for a three-point play. And he connects on that one to cut the lead to 9. But we are under 45 seconds to play. And it's just a matter of the Bucks burning the clock. Robertson dribbles out on top. Swings it around to McLaughlin, down to Alcindor down low. Tough in the clutch. Short jump shot's good. 27 for Alcindor. And the Bucks are now up by 11 as we enter the final possessions of the game. The shot clock is off. We're down to 15 seconds. They dump it in quickly to DeBusschere inside. He posts up. His short jump shot is high off the rim. That's no good. Easy rebound for Alcindor. And at this point, the Bucks are just going to walk this one off as they put the ball in the hands of Oscar Robertson to dribble out the clock and end the ball game. So fans, that is your ball game, just as we get a runtime error. So we'll spare you the ignominy of the box score. But just looking at the game stats, you can see that the shooting percentages were strongly in favor of Milwaukee, 55% from the field. Very, very good performance as the Bucks behind Bobby Dandridge and Lou Alcindor dominate this game, and particularly on the defensive end, holding New York below 40% for much of the game. They got it up to 43% by the end of the game. But it was the defensive presence of Milwaukee. Alcindor with 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 blocks. Very fine performance for the big man to go along with the 26 from Dandridge. New York was led by Frazier with 19, Reed with 19, 14 for DeBusschere, and 12 for Bill Bradley. So that is the end of Game 3. And the Bucks now have a commanding 3-0 lead in the series, which will go back to Madison Square Garden for Game 4 on Sunday. And that may be the final game of the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League season. Once again, there will be wrestling on the channel tomorrow with Ric Flair taking on Dusty Rhodes and the Macho Man Randy Savage defending the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the challenge of Nick Bockwinkel. And as we sign off, thanks to everybody who joined us here tonight: Clinton Parks, our Red Sox fan, Dave Gardner, ID Jester. Thanks for hanging out with us, Tribe fan. Remember the great sports. Good to have you in the channel. And thank you to everybody who came to check things out tonight. And for the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, ladies and gentlemen, that's our stream, and I am out of here.